Oh, so here we go. I don't know how long this battery is going to last. I thought I had charged it up, but clearly no. So, lots of things wrong with this recording. It's because I haven't been recording in a while. So sorry about that. All sorts of existential and life stuff. So yeah, I fully expect this battery to fail within about the next 5 minutes. I need to tidy up so I can find all the others I've got. So welcome back to Urban Agoge, or welcoming me back to Urban Agoge. The world is in a pile of crap, but there again it always is. I just think we're better informed about the giant pile of crap that the world's in than we were, say, 20 years ago. So Boris Johnson is Prime Minister. The Conservatives won the election in the UK, and they're proceeding with Brexit, which was last week, like today last week, 31st of January. So that was done. Trump yesterday sorted out the whole, managed to evade being prosecuted for things that he actually had done, which is amazing. So if any of you have spoken to Chipko on the Discord, one of Chipko's things about 15 years ago when I was working with him, he was very interested in the coming of the age of ethics. Ethics. So yeah, so maybe that's coming along, We're supposedly in the age of law at the moment, where people will try and subvert and change laws in order for their actions to be seen as legal rather than ethical. Yeah, so maybe that's a thing that we'll be able to do. So yeah, other news. I mean, those are global things. That wasn't exactly news, but that kind of stuff will just knock you down. Just knock you straight over with a kind of existential dread. So yeah, I might have to change batteries in a minute, so excuse me if there's a random cut. So yeah, I'm still working on the script for the start of the culture, as well as some practical projects that I can share. And all kinds of crap like that. Practical things. Yeah, so Direct Current managed to do the really nice Arrow K that he sent to me, so you'll be seeing that on the culture, or a facsimile or a likeness thereof sometime soon. I'm hoping to get some stuff done. Let's have a look at the Lucky River. Yeah, it's looking kind of nice. Not overflowing. It hasn't rained in a few days. I mean, that's another thing that's been allowing me to put things off, as the weather has been pretty crappy and it's been cold, and it's not getting light till about 8:30 in the morning, which has precluded all sorts of things. However, I am determined to return to a better diet. Part of the thing that I've been doing is looking into making a lot of my own food, so I'm not tempted to buy convenience foods, which have allowed me to put on a shitload of weight in the last 6 months when I haven't been exercising as much. But I've been doing a lot of walking, so I haven't put all of it back on. I've just put some of it back on due to my love affair with pizza and ice cream. So yes. So that's pretty much it. I'm trying to be, at least vegetarian. Although I have eaten a few little bits of meat. I would have liked to have been vegan, but there seems to be, there's a limit. I can buy vegetarian sausages for £1 for a pack, which is about, which is, they don't contain meat, they don't have the same storage requirements as meat, which will kill you if it goes off. You know, they should be cheaper. Though I guess, you know, £1 for 6 sausages and £1 for 2 soy and mozzarella burgers. By the way, if you are thinking of going more vegetarian or going a more plant-based diet, the Linda McCartney mozzarella vegetarian burgers are simply the best. They're actually nicer than burgers. So there's a good thing. And the cheese is more or less sorted. It's just, you know, convenience foods. It's hard. It's not as easy to get plant-based convenience foods. And I loves my pizza. So yeah, will that be a thing? I really do need to put the charging cable on this. So yes. So we're all good. So yeah, so the last time I filmed it was pretty much just after I'd got my new tattoo and my new haircut. I failed to celebrate Kwanzaa successfully, although that it kind of like nailed it down in determination for me. So yeah, Kwanzaa. I think I'll be celebrating that again next year. I like it. I like the intellectual and thought-provoking nature of it. You know, the creative aspects of it. They're all good. So Kwanzaa's winner. So do you want to see my new haircut as of today? Let's sort this out. Let's just bring it up. There we go. So that's like a lot shorter. Yeah, and there's going to be people at work going, whoa, because quite a lot of the subscribers, well, a few of them are people at work, people who subscribe to Urban Agogi. And although I'm kind of winding it down, or I might be winding it down, I don't know. I don't know what my workload's going to be, how much footage I'm going to be able to put into the culture, which has definitely got to happen now. The world is an ethics desert. So we need to figure out how many people we can mobilise, how much human interaction we can get going. Because nobody seems to want to go, hey, let's all be a bit more ethical. Is that going to kill us? Like 5% more ethical? So yeah, there's lots of people pulling in lots of different directions, which I think is the main problem. So, you know, it wouldn't be a bad thing to set out a minimum social contract of ethics. But I've been talking about that a lot, obviously. If you've watched Urban Agogi, you'll know about that. So, yeah, hold on a sec. Yes. So, got that dialed in. Not really much else to report other than I singularly failed to get stuff done on my week off. I really needed to recharge. So, yes. So, hopefully tomorrow morning I'm going to drag my sorry ass out and get out for at least a walk in the morning, if not a run. So I fully plan to get up early, go for a run, get some video to you, and then go to work like I was doing. I need to get back into recording every day, although it might switch to the culture channel. So yes, it's kind of a fun thing. But yeah, so apologies for my lack of output in the past few weeks. Pretty much since before Christmas, it has been a time. Not really devastating, but you know, I've had stuff to deal with. So yes. But yeah, but the culture is slowly taking shape in my mind. There's a lot of things, you know, that I want to put out there. Quite a lot of the stuff from Rangers, quite a lot of the stuff from Urban Agogi. I want to get it all in accessible format, but also marketed in a way that works. And I hate the concept of marketing, but you don't market, you don't get to all those other voices. I mean, imagine what 1 million people or 10 million people, it's like, you know, PewDiePie has got many, like tens of millions of viewers, and he doesn't do anything. What if we did something with that power? And we may not have it for long. You know, but you can't really do an armed uprising in the Western world. You can't really do protest in the Western world now that protest groups like Extinction Rebellion are actually listed alongside terror groups and racist groups. So that's out. So we just got to do with respecting people as individuals and getting them to make the right choice. Maybe it needs to be an economic revolution. You know, get 100 million people on board with a general idea of ethics. See if you can get like $10 from every one of them, and you might be able to achieve something. You become, you know, see if you can become the biggest corporation. Do what they do. People Corp. You know, imagine a corporation that its only job was not to be a dick. That's it. That's your only job, people. But we do have $1 billion a month. Can you imagine? 100 million people all signed up. Everybody going, well, you know, this is like a supra-governmental organisation that is essentially Starfleet. $1 billion a month. Just coming in, fixing problems, sorting out housing. You know, just literally snatch governmental services out of the hands of the government, like the Black Panthers did. See, we always come back to the Black Panthers because they understood how to make people frightened. You know, how much money does Scientology have? You know, what good is Scientology? I mean, imagine if they were using all that money for good. Imagine if the Roman Catholic Church was guilted. Oh, that's a fun concept, isn't it? Roman Catholic guilt. Actually make them guilty about their stuff. You know, people may think it's a movement. And if you haven't listened to it, go and listen to Alice's Restaurant. So yeah. And I know this is a plan that starts off with if everybody, and due to Green's law, that's how it's going to fall over. Yes. So yeah, so that's an interesting thing that we should definitely take a look at. So yeah, we'll start doing that. Let's start that. Let's do that exactly. So yeah, you know, let's build ourselves a superstructure where there is cultural input and all kinds of exciting things. And depressingly, it does need to be marketed because people don't know that it's a good idea. And start a movement in the only way that really our civilization can understand. Let's build a mega corporation. Let's build a mega corporation and employ ourselves. How's that sound? Imagine if the company from Aliens, Weyland-Yutani, was owned by people. No shareholders, just people. So we do the zigzag thing to get over. Pretty sure it was this way. So yeah, going this way. Oh look, those spring crocuses. Morning, ma'am. That's the downside. This is why you should get up early. Get to see a lot more wildlife when it's earlier. So yes. Let's have a wander along here. So yeah. So definitely want to get the culture up and running. Going to do a little bit of work on it tonight. Get a trailer up and ready. There's so many jobs. Yeah, the other reason is just that whole work thing. Working 6 days a week, and then on a couple of the off days I've been helping a friend out with his house renovation. So yes. Just check the sound. Yeah, we still got sound. I'll be very disappointed if we don't get anything sound-wise. That's why we do the recording. So yeah, I want to get everything recharged, and it's a make, do and mend day today. Got lots to make, do and mend. Tons of stuff needs doing. Okay, so I'm about to run out on this battery, although I feel that I should give you a lot more. So I'm going to put... There we go. So yes, this is looking good. Need to find all those batteries and repack the adventure bag. I have not been being effective. Well, it's proving the point that was made in the book The War on Art. Go and get it. Go and find it. Go and look on YouTube for The War of Art, because that's an amazing book, and I have let inertia build up to the point where after I've been out and got my groceries this morning, a lot more fruit and veg and some stuff I'd run out for, and a little tool called a gimlet. This is one of those, you know, when you sort of look at stuff and you think, oh, this is where I fall over. Because I need to drill some holes in some plastic UPVC window surrounds so I can put some nets up. But yeah, a gimlet, it's like a little tiny hand drill. And as soon as I finish using it, it's going in my bushcraft tool roll, because that looks like a useful thing to have, a little tiny hand drill. So yeah, I've already got a couple of hand drills in my bushcraft woodworking kit. So yeah, so I think we'll go out to the waterfall, and today is all about just getting back into the swing of things. I want to do recording every day again. I liked it. It's like before I even started stuff, I was underway and had my crap together. Whereas this winter's just really taken it out of me. But I did get a lot fitter. I learned a lot of stuff. Started eating better, taking care of business. Ooh, now yes, so the other thing, you know, when I wasn't making films, yeah, for the last couple of weeks I've been looking into the concept of MGTOW, MGTOW, men going their own way, because I thought that sounds like a thing, that sounds like a me thing. And, you know, just people just going, right, okay, not going to do relationships, not going to get married, it's not really in my interest to get married as a man, you know. Oh, that sounds pretty reasonable. And then, after I was looking at that, but and some of you are already thinking this over again, here we go. So, yeah, rather predictably, it turned into rampant misogyny. I mean, you know, why is it you can't just say, yeah, this isn't for me, I'm not really into this, being in long-term relationships, and especially if I've got any kind of financial value getting ripped off into the process. I can understand that, and that's becoming a bit of a social phenomenon. You know, there are a lot of people doing it, but they can't seem to do it without really getting their hate on for people with a double X chromosome, which baffled me. You know, if you basically want things to change as far as how divorce works, you know, and how it should be fairer, given that women have, you know, it's getting close to equal opportunities at this point in the 21st century, which can only be a good thing. But yeah. but it extremely quickly nosedives into a hell of a lot of vitriol and very one-sided misogyny. I mean, there are people that are judging women, you know, not in relation to men, which can be a bit apples and oranges, you know, and then just really freaking out and being horrible, which didn't seem very honourable to me. That's an outdated word, but it's like, you know, if you're gonna step back from, you know, having relationships and stuff because it's not working for you, oh, this is nice, then do so. It doesn't mean you've got to like spout a lot of hatred for women. And you know, yes, they're just words, but the problem is it's a bit like homophobia or transphobia that's just written down. The downside of that is it can escalate into physical violence. You know, it can escalate into completely weird expectations of other human beings. What a waste of time. Don't expect things from people. You know, rejoice in, you know, in the good things that result from your interactions with them, but don't expect stuff from them. That's a real way to get disappointed fast. So yeah, I can understand why people don't want to get into long-term relationships or get married. That's just a maths thing. But I don't understand the misogyny that goes along with it. In the same way I've never really understood racism. You know, you can hate things that people have done. You know, you can be really unhappy with how people have acted, but to hate them for something they cannot change, like having a different skin colour to you, being gay, being bisexual, being trans, those are things that that person is never going to change because they can't. That's who they are. So it's the hatred of, it's like hating rocks for being hard and boring and not going anywhere. It's utterly pointless and laughable. And I don't think it's the same necessarily with people's behaviour. I think the whole MGTOW thing is these guys would absolutely love to be with a person that they wanted to spend time with. But I think the culture of instant gratification in the world has led to, quite frankly, you know, people doing what they want to do. And therefore the gender roles change and it kind of wrong foots a few people that have expectations and don't treat people as individuals. You're always going to be pissed off you do that. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it would be an interesting thing. And I'm certainly not really looking for a relationship right now. But that's mostly because I'm very bad at decision making and choices. And I'm not so good in a relationship. I'm a much better friend than a boyfriend. You know, there's certainly a number of women that I thought were pretty fantastic and I would have much rather been friends with them, taking the long view, than been partners with them. Because it's quite hard to lose a friend. You've got to really fuck up to lose a friend, but you can lose a partner just when the spark goes. You know, friends can't be unfaithful and hurt you. You can't be unfaithful to friends and hurt them. You can't say the wrong thing just once and destroy a friendship. It usually takes a lot more than that. Because friendships are more sort of, you know, flexible kind of relationship with a human. But, you know, this is someone that's nearly 50 talking, so, you know, I haven't got the same drives or, you know, need for gratification as someone 30 years my junior. So, but, you know, it did come to my attention that the only thing that my previous relationships had in common was me, therefore probably need to leave it alone for a bit. Which is why I started looking into MGTOW. I thought, oh, these guys are just doing their own thing. But yeah, it just turned out to mostly be misogynistic, which will never change anything. It'll just be a bunch of misogynists bitching about women. Which if you say, if you're doing the male version of, I don't need no man, you know, I don't need no woman to be happy. No, you don't. You don't need anybody else to be happy. But yeah, it's a bit different when you start, you know, being promiscuous yourself in order to just get sex, and you don't want any of the companionship that goes with it. That seems problematic. You know, it feels like very much like the people that go, I'm not racist, but I'm about to be racist. Yeah. So it was highly misogynistic. And I did try, which I shouldn't have bothered, I did try pointing out that, you know, if you went your own way with honour and decided not to do it, but also decided not to hurt people or put people in a position where they thought there was a relationship and there isn't one, where men are sleeping with women and then dumping them, you know, which in and of itself, you know, I think both genders do that. Both genders are always looking around for a better proposition or a more attractive mate. And I think in this era of Tinder and possibly Grindr, you know, it's all too easy to find someone that shares that opinion. But I can sort of understand their bitterness, but that's what they're being. And bitterness is like hate, it will chew you up. I thought I was going to fall over there. So yeah, so the MGTOW thing was interesting. The incel thing, to be honest, for the most part, people that are claiming to be involuntarily celibate and hating women as a result of not sleeping with them, you know, there is a reason that you put on nice clothes, you have a shave, you have a shower, you brush your teeth, you make sure your hair's not too horrific if you're gonna, you know, go out on the prowl, as it were. And if you're not prepared to do that, and if you're not prepared to actually have a proper conversation with said women, and you're always going to try and bat out of your league, then you are on a sure hiding to disappointment. You know, if you I shouldn't have to change, it's like, you know, the ladies, as Bill Burr would say, have spent hours getting themselves looking nice. You can't spend 20 minutes. You can't go to the barber for 25 minutes and just get a decent trim. You can't make sure that you're clean and you smell nice, and you can't dress nice then. Really, you know, that's the game. And you can't play the game without doing those things. And if you choose not to play the game, then you're being voluntarily celibate, as far as I'm concerned. Personally, that's voluntary, but bitching about its celibacy. You can't keep yourself fairly trim if you're not prepared to, you know, chew some chewing gum and freshen up your breath and just be kind of, you know, friendly and shit. And be interested in the other person, then, you know, you really shouldn't be out there having sex. Yeah. There's usually someone out there from everybody. Believe me, I've had my own measure of success with the opposite sex and my own measure of failure. You know, there were a few women goodly enough to sleep with me. So, you know, that's what you got to do. You know, tidy yourself up, look nice, get some exercise. Especially the incels tend to be very, very young. So if you're young, you can change some of that shit. You can look after yourself a bit more, and that's going to benefit you as well. And the MGTOW stuff is born of, you know, quite rightly, you know, these people across, a lot of them have been divorced and have got completely financially destroyed, lost access to their kids. Sometimes it wasn't their fault, sometimes it was. You know? Sometimes there was domestic violence and there's a very good reason for a gigantic divorce settlement. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes the relationship just died and they got kind of taken to the cleaners by lawyers. So yeah, I think that could be fairer. There are a lot of prenuptial agreements that could be done. There could be a legal standing for a prenuptial agreement. But, you know, people be people. I don't understand any of that. But nobody seems to be able to do it with honour. And that's the thing that we don't really have. It'd be nice if you could tell whether people were honourable or not. I'm kind of lost. I don't know how to get back to the path from here. This has happened before. That's what happens when you don't go regularly into the woods. I'm going to cut across. But yes. Right. That's, well, this is proving to be quite the exercise. I kind of know where I'm going. Damn thing about the cameras is this doesn't even look like a slope because of the way the camera sees stuff. You're certainly not seeing how much massive aggravation it is to clamber up this with all the overgrowth and the mud that's collapsing underneath my weight. Here in the woods of Droylsden. Oh wow, I'm like sinking 4 inches into the mud with every step. And now I'm in the brambles. Welcome to sunny Droylsden. Wow. And because of the gimbal, can't see how much of a slant I'm on. So there we go. So yeah, and they're not even organisations, they're just like Reddit forums and shit, and a lot of YouTube channels. But yeah, that was a climb. So yeah, you know, there needs to be something else. I think the groundswell of people that think things should be more ethical is building. You know, people are reaching for systems where they get to sleep at night. People are volunteering, people are protesting. Yeah. How many people that would like to be ethical are there in the country? Huh? How much would it cost to solve problems? You know? You know, what problems face us as a society? You know, how do we solve it? Because I reckon $1 billion, you know, non-profit company that was designed to sort of fix problems and that had transparency and paid its taxes, yeah, you could certainly lead by example. And I'm sorry if the sound quality on this is bad. A little clip on my microphone has died, but it didn't do bad. I had it for about 8 months and it was treated badly. I need to repack the adventure bag for better stuff. So that's my task today. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll do a quick vid about the adventure bag for the culture. Maybe my job for the rest of today is building the culture. So yeah, although this is urban agoge, and I can see myself making a lot of urban agoge vids and carrying on with that until at least I've been doing it a year. So that's, you know, at least until May. We've got a year of urban agoge. Probably, you know, maybe 300 videos, maybe. Oh, this is going to be fun. So now walking through the mud. Yeah, so thank you for staying with it. Thank you if you're a new subscriber, because I know we've got a couple of new subscribers out there, which is cool. There's now 38 subscribers, minus one, which is the Ranger's subscription to Urban Agoge, because I need to know that the videos go up. Just double check my notifications and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So as soon as I get home, I'll edit this together and get it owned up. So Friday evening, there should be some Urban Agoge stuff. I'd like it if there was some culture stuff, but I need to shoot the channel trailer, so that might not be a thing. Like, I may well have shot some video, but it won't be on the culture website, because the first video that goes up has got to be good, like nicely edited, attention grabbing, and insightful. So bit of a challenge there, even though I'm not usually any of those things. But yeah, and I want to get back into running because I enjoyed running. It was good meditation, good problem solving type of fitness. The other thing I've started doing, I don't know if that appeals to other people, but as far as fitness goes, I've been I took one of my barbells to work, my dumbbells rather, and started doing reps while I was waiting for people to bring me stuff in the pot wash. So yeah, might as well build up my guns while I'm at work. Free work gym. Woo! Did 170 arm curls on each arm on Wednesday night, and then I did 50 on each arm last night, because my arm's still bloody hurt from Wednesday night. So yeah, but it's good. It's a little bit of fitness, and now all I need to do is parlay that into better diet, because I really have fallen off the wagon. So yeah, it's all a journey. And yeah, the culture will include cheap meals, and stuff. Definitely want to show you an oat, banana and peanut butter smoothie, and all sorts of other things. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. So I've been boring, lots of stuff's happened. I shall try and be more ordered tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, do take care. Where am I going? Who's coming with me? Later.